Hey guys, today I want to talk about what the total market cap of Bitcoin's potential could be. So, right now, we can look at Bitcoin and we can see it's sitting at about, I'd say, a little over $500 billion in market cap. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can start to follow along. So, basically, right now, this article was published back in 2017. So this was before even the huge run up where um, trillions of dollars literally poured into Bitcoin. So, I mean, people always think that like Bitcoin can't reach such a high valuation or it can't reach 100,000 because that would just be like so astronomical. I mean, let's look at it in comparison. So silver, it's saying that at that time was worth about 17 billion. Bitcoin, when the time the article was written, was only worth 100 billion. So we're already sitting at 6x based on 2017. These were the size of some of the companies. I mean, look at the square compared to these companies. I mean, if you look at just the 50 richest people, they have more wealth than Bitcoin itself, like way more. You can look at certain states, way more wealth, way more value. This is the Fed's balance sheet, and this is where people think like, hey, how can Bitcoin be worth more than the total outstanding supply of US dollars, right? So at that time it was 3.5 trillion. Now, it's so much higher, probably near like 7 trillion because we added so many trillions during the pandemic. This is the currency of the rest of the world. And then this is what gold is what Bitcoin is most compared to, right? Gold, look at how much value is stored in gold. And this is a physical thing. Like I have a gold chain and I keep it because it is valuable. I mean, it has very little function in real life, other than just for appearances. But I mean, I like it, but primarily people invest in gold because of it's a store of value. And it's as like countries inflate their currency, it's gonna keep going up in price. So it stores your value basically. And then if we look at the stock market, let's see, basically this shows you like relative value of like the United States versus the different countries. But now let's look at the total global money supply. So it's 36.8 trillion. So if you think about it, countries all over the world, people in these countries, since they don't really have great places to store their values, like if you put it in the stock market, in each country's stock market, you're really just giving your money up to people who like own these corporations and they can choose to dilute those stocks. They can choose to take huge salaries. So just putting it in like the broad stock market is not always the best way to preserve your value. And then look at just the debt, like the amount of debt in this world. It's insane. It was saying it's $215 trillion. But the greatest thing I would say to compare it to is real estate, the global real estate. So it's valuing global real estate at $217 trillion. So if you think about that, I would honestly prefer, and I have been rather preferring to invest in Bitcoin over real estate because with real estate, there's always these headaches. You got to manage your properties, you got to deal with tenants. So I would prefer to have my hard earned money stored in Bitcoin because I believe it's an easier store of wealth than real estate, even. So if you think each boxes is just what Bitcoin is worth, look at how many boxes of value there is compared to Bitcoin. So literally, it's there's no upper bound really. People are saying it can't get to 100 trillion. Oh, it definitely can. Like because people, as the technology improves and as like society continues to become more digital, people are gonna prefer to store their wealth digitally versus physically, where it can be broken into, stolen, all sorts of stuff. Like basically, we're easily going to blow past a trillion within just 12 months. And then after that, we're off to races. We're going to see like if we can hit 2 or 3 trillion. And I mean, that if it hits like 3 trillion, we're definitely over like $100,000 of Bitcoin. So that's just my thesis. And I hope you guys got some value from that.